Welcome everyone onto the campus of Canyon View High School here in Waddell, Arizona as we get set for Canyon View Jaguars softball. Good evening everyone, Derek Diesner here with you on a cloudy, cool by Arizona standards day as it's 73 degrees currently with a low at 61 and the sun has been hidden behind the clouds for the majority of the day today, but the good news is we have yet to feel any precipitation, and we hope that will hold for tonight's contest as your Canyon View Jaguars welcome the Agua Fria Owls to town here this evening. Agua Fria comes into tonight's matchup with a record of 0-11 overall, 0-7 in conference action. Canyon View, ranked number 1 in 5A, has a 12-1 overall record, a perfect 7-0 in sectional play, and they are led by head coach John Jacobs. These two teams met just a few days ago on Friday at Agua Fria out in Avondale, and Canyon View won that contest in a shortened 5 innings by a final score of 15-0. The Canyon View offense struck for 2 runs in the top of the first inning, went silent for the next couple of innings, and then opened the game up with a 12-run 4th inning. They added another run in the 5th to cap off the 15-0 victory. This Agua Fria Owls team only has 12 players, and they are a younger squad, so we will see how they fare today against the number 1 team in 5A. Again, Canyon View 12-1 overall, Agua Fria 0-11. We are going to take a break. We'll have the playing of our national anthem, and then we'll get things started. You're tuned in to Canyon View Jaguars softball on the Varsity Sports Show Network.
The Varsity Sports Show and the National Youth Football and Cheer Association proudly present NYFCA TV. Every Saturday morning at 10, the Varsity Sports Show's Vince DeLizio and NYFCA Commissioner Jason Hirsch bring you the best of Arizona youth football, including previews and highlights. Then at 10:30, catch the football game of the week with Arizona's top players up to age 14. Join Vince, Jason, and friends every Saturday morning from Mavericks in Scottsdale on NYFCA TV.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind.
Vintage Motors specializes in custom builds, fabrication, engine swaps, routine maintenance, and service for all years, makes, and models, including diesels. From Ford Model A builds to tow truck repair and more, it's Vintage Motors. Give them a call today at 623-930-8494 or stop by 3015 East Main Street in Mesa, just east of Lindsay, and tell them the Varsity Sports Show sent you.
At Angel Dentistry, our focus is to provide the highest quality and comprehensive family and cosmetic dentistry care. From checkups and cleanings to advanced issues like gum disease and implants, Angel Dentistry will provide an array of dental services to meet all of your family's needs. With extensive experience in using the latest dental techniques and state-of-the-art technology, visit us online at angeldentistry.net for more information or call to schedule your appointment today.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company with their customers' clothing styles in mind. Their goal is to clothe the world your way. High-end, comfortable clothing at affordable prices. Check out their custom-made hats, shirts, masks, and vintage gear. They outfit the Varsity Sports Show crew and sponsor the Stessa Movement Company Player of the Game Award. Find them at stessamovement.ecwid.com, spelled S-T-E-S-A for style.
Welcome back to Canyon View High School as we get set for Canyon View Jaguar softball. Derek Diesner back with you. Just a quick heads up, you may be wondering why we are not underway yet. We have been in a bit of a delay as it looks like one of the umpires did not show up here this evening. So we are going to just have a home plate umpire, and that will be it. So the coaches are now meeting at home plate, and we'll go over the ground rules and exchange their lineup cards, and then we'll have the playing of our national anthem, and then we will get things started. But that is the current delay here at the field. Not a weather delay, just we're missing an umpire. So we'll have that straightened out. We should be underway at about 4 or 5 minutes from now, I'd say. So stay tuned with us, and we'll have first pitch between your Canyon View Jaguars and the Agua Fria Owls coming up next right here on the Varsity Sports Show Network.
The Varsity Sports Show and the National Youth Football and Cheer Association proudly present NYFCA TV. Every Saturday morning at 10, the Varsity Sports Show's Vince DeLizio and NYFCA Commissioner Jason Hirsch bring you the best of Arizona youth football, including previews and highlights. Then at 10:30, catch the football game of the week with Arizona's top players up to age 14. Join Vince, Jason, and friends every Saturday morning from Mavericks in Scottsdale on NYFCA TV.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind.
Vintage Motors specializes in custom builds, fabrication, engine swaps, routine maintenance, and service for all years, makes, and models, including diesels. From Ford Model A builds to tow truck repair and more, it's Vintage Motors. Give them a call today at 623-930-8494 or stop by 3015 East Main Street in Mesa, just east of Lindsay, and tell them the Varsity Sports Show sent you.
Welcome back, everyone, onto the campus of Canyon View High School as we approach the opening pitch of tonight's contest between your Canyon View Jaguars and the Agua Fria Owls. Derek Diesner back with you, and I have good news to share. Looks like the other umpire just made it in the nick of time as we see him racing from his car to the field as we quickly approach first pitch here at Canyon View High School. Let's get you starting lineups tonight, beginning with the defense for your number 1 ranked Canyon View Jaguars. In the circle tonight will be the right-hander Taylor Jacobs. We saw her last in the circle. Was it last week we were out here for softball? And Taylor Jacobs threw a 5-inning no-hitter in a victory over... I'm trying to find my schedule now. I can't remember who they beat. It was Verado and got that 5-inning shutout no-hitter. So Taylor Jacobs will be in the circle today for the Canyon View Jaguars. She'll be throwing to catcher Lexi Klein. From left to right across the infield, Sadie Groshin at the hot corner, Kayla Bryan at short, Savannah Groshin at second, Elise Burgess at first base. From left to right in the outfield, Maddie Tarrant, Lauren Irvin, and Anise Romo. Your Jaguars are led by head coach John Jacobs. Agua Fria is led by head coach Javier Cabrera. We'll get you his starting lineup here as the center fielder Daisy Lopez will lead things off against Taylor Jacobs. After Lopez, it'll be the second baseman Kiera Blythe. She'll be followed by third baseman Jasmine Lopez. Alyssa Blythe bats fourth as the first pitch of this ball game is a ball up and away. 6:42 is our official game time here this evening. Started a little bit late, 12 minutes to be exact. 1-0 the count to Daisy Lopez. Jacobs ready in the circle. Here it is. The 1-0 fouled back. That'll even the count at 1-1. Getting back to the Agua Fria Owls order, Alyssa Blythe will bat in the cleanup spot. Michaela Price bats fifth. Mia Rizzo bats sixth. Dominique Espinoza bats seventh. Aubrey Espinoza bats eighth. And Deanna Williams will round out the order, batting ninth. The 1-1's in the dirt. It's now 2-1 to Daisy Lopez. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Good pitch by Jacobs. The 2-2. Ball low. 3-2 the count. No outs. Here in the top of the first. Payoff pitch upcoming. Strike right down the middle, and she freezes Lopez for the first out of the game. 1 up, 1 down for the second baseman, Kiera Blythe. Coming into tonight, Taylor Jacobs making her 9th appearance of the year. She has a record of 7-0, an ERA at 2.15. 52 strikeouts on the year, make it 53 now, and 21 walks. First offering to Kiera Blythe is low and in for a ball. 1-0 the count. Winds have been blowing on and off here. And winds are blowing out towards center. Cloudy day. Barely seen the sun at all today. The lights are in full effect here this evening. 2-1 now, the count to Kiera Blythe with Jasmine Lopez in the on-deck circle. Blythe digs in, the 2-1. Chop foul in front of the plate to even the count at 2-2. I do apologize to those Agua Fria fans that may be tuning in tonight. Couldn't find any stats for your ball club, so I apologize. I tried to do my research prior to this game. Wasn't able to find stats or a roster, so made things a little difficult in prepping for this contest. as the 3-2 is low and in, and Jacobs with a rare walk. Kara Blythe is on with 1 out, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Jasmine Lopez. So if there are any Owls fans tuned in, if you have any interesting tidbits about this roster, about this team, feel free to drop it in our comments section. I'll be sure to mention it live on air. 0-1 the count to Lopez. Blythe gets set at first. Jacob winds and deals. This one put in the left. It'll one-hop into the mid of Maddie Tarrant. And the Owls have runners at first and second with 1 out for the shortstop, Alyssa Blythe. Believe there's a pair of sisters on this Agua Fria team. We have the Blythes, both Kiera and Alyssa, and then the Espinosas, Aubrey and Dominique. First offering to Alyssa is low and in for a ball, 1-0 the count. 1 out here in the top of the first, no score between your Jaguars and the Owls from Agua Fria. The 1-0 up and in, 2-0 now. Taylor Jacobs looking to get comfortable in that circle. 2-0, hit in the air to right at Anise Romo. She'll make the catch and fire it back in for the second out of the inning. Runners hold their position. 2 outs now. That'll bring up the catcher, Michaela Price. Canyon View in their blue tops and black bottoms this evening with black lettering and numbers. Jags across the chest in black outlined in white. Agua Fria in their road red tops and black bottoms. Agua Fria across the chest. Letters and numbers are in silver outlined in white. First offering to Michaela Price is a called strike on the outer half of the plate. 0-1 the count. Jacobs looking to get out of this jam. The 0-1 low and away. That'll even the count at 1-1 with 2 outs and runners at first and second. Jasmine Lopez at first. Kira Blythe up at second. Jacobs ready. The 1-1. Shot foul back behind the plate. 1-2. Jacobs a strike away from getting out of this top of the first. Not the start that she would have drawn up, but hey, if you get out without giving up a run, all is forgiven. The 1-2. Breaking ball missed outside. That'll even the count at 2-2. Can hear the strong winds in my microphone. It is blowing here in Waddell, Arizona. The 2-2. In the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and the runners are both going to advance on the wild pitch. So Lopez up to second, Blythe over to third. It's now a full count to Michaela Price with Mia Razzo in the on-deck circle. The 3-2. Fastball in, and they're going to call ball 4. That's the second free pass surrendered by Taylor Jacobs here in the top of the first. Bases are now full of Owls for the first baseman, Mia Razzo. Razzo digs in. First offering fooled her with the curveball. That was a slow changeup, but that curved as well on the far side of the plate. The 0-1 called strike on the inner half of the plate. Jacobs is just confusing Razzo. She doesn't know what to expect. Let's see what she pulls out here with the 0-2. Fastball low and away, missed. 1-2 the count now. 2 outs, top of the first inning. No score, but the bases are full for Agua Fria. The 1-2 from Jacobs. That one floated on her to even the count at 2-2. Jacobs back on the rubber, looks in, gets a sign she likes. The 2-2. Froze her at the knees for strike 3. Her second strikeout of the inning. And Taylor Jacobs starts the inning and ends it the same way. She leaves them loaded, and after a half an inning of play, it's Agua Fria nothing. Canyon View coming to bat. We'll be back with the bottom of the first right after this on the Varsity Sports Show Network.
At Angel Dentistry, our focus is to provide the highest quality and comprehensive family and cosmetic dentistry care. From checkups and cleanings to advanced issues like gum disease and implants, Angel Dentistry will provide an array of dental services to meet all of your family's needs. With extensive experience in using the latest dental techniques and state-of-the-art technology, visit us online at angeldentistry.net for more information or call to schedule your appointment today.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vetsbuilt Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vetsbuilt is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vetsbuilt at 480-584-3675.
We head to the bottom of the first inning here at Canyon View High School. Derek Diesner back with you as it's time for the Jaguars to come to the plate. Let's get you the batting order for your Jaguars. Leading off, the second baseman, Savannah Groshen. She'll be followed by center fielder Lauren Irvin. Taylor Jacobs bats third. Maddie Tarrant in the cleanup spot this evening. First baseman Elise Burgess will bat fifth. Sadie Groshen bats sixth. Lexi Klein in the 7-hole. Kayla Bryant bats 8th. And Anise Romo will round out the Canyon View order against right-hander Dominique Espinoza, who is in the circle today for the Agua Fria Owls. We'll get you their starting defensive alignment after this first offering from Espinoza to Groshen. And the first offering is low and in the dirt for ball one. Espinoza will be throwing to catcher Michaela Price from left to right across the infield. Jasmine Lopez in the hot corner. Alyssa Blythe, at short. Kiera Blythe at second. Mia Razzo at first. From left to right in the outfield, Aubrey Espinoza in left. Daisy Lopez in center. And Deanna Williams out in right. Another ball low and away. 2-0 now to Savannah Groshen. This Agua Fria Owls team has had a rough go of it this season. Again, 0-11. They lost to Canyon View last Friday by a final of 15-0 at Agua Fria. The game before that, this Agua Fria team lost to Lake Havasu 35-2. In every game they have played except for their 2 games against Verado, they have allowed double-digit runs scored. The 2 losses against Verado, the Vipers scored 9 runs apiece in those games. 4-pitch walk for Savannah Groshen. Leadoff man on for Canyon View for the center fielder, Lauren Irvin. So Dominique Espinoza looking for her first strike of the evening. Again, this Agua Fria team not very deep, only 3 players on their bench. So not many arms to go to. Ball outside, runner goes, and an easy steal for Savannah Groshen, who moves into scoring position as she swipes second base. 1-0 the count now to Lauren Irvin. Lauren Irvin batting a team best 545 on the season with 14 driven in. The 1-0 outside. Ball 2 at 6 straight balls surrendered by Dominique Espinoza. Coming into tonight, Canyon View has a couple handful of players batting over 400 on the season. Very impressive. This Jags team has impressed all season long, and it will be fun to see what they do come postseason time, as they have a handful of games left after tonight. Majority of those coming here at home, but this will be our last broadcast of Jaguar softball for you, at least here in the regular season. We're still waiting on word on if we will be able to bring you any Canyon View baseball or softball games this postseason, and hopefully we'll know something soon. Lauren Irvin draws a walk, and runners now at first and second for the pitcher Taylor Jacobs, who looks to help her cause. So both teams kind of struggling to get things started here in the first. We saw Canyon View defensively allow Agua Fria to load the bases in the top half of this inning. And we're starting this bottom of the first two batters have reached base for Canyon View. First offering to Taylor Jacobs, low and away for a ball. 1-0 the count. On the 10 pitches offered so far from Dominique Espinoza, 9 have been for balls. The 1-0 in the dirt. Ball 2. Espinoza just not able to find her comfort zone yet inside that circle. The 2-0. Low and away, ball 3. We'll see if Jacobs gets the green light to swing away here. The 3-0. Low and away for ball 4. And Espinoza has walked the bases loaded. Oh, we got a nice little flyover thanks to Luke Air Force Base and the fighter jets out flying around tonight. That jet came out of nowhere and just appeared in right field. Pretty neat to see that up close and personal. Bottom of the first inning, no score here between Agua Fria and Canyon View. And the bases are loaded for the Jaguars with nobody out and Maddie Tarrant coming to the plate. Tarrant this season batting .474. She has 3 homers and 20 driven in. Those 3 homers are tied for second best on the team behind Taylor Jacobs, who leads the team with 4 homers. And now Jacobs will be lifted for a courtesy runner. That courtesy runner is number 4, Alexis Oleo. Tarrant digs in, and the first offering from Espinoza. Low and in for a called strike. 0-1 the count. The 0-1. Called strike on the outer half of the plate, and Maddie Tarrant, surprisingly, is quickly behind at 0-2. Her eyes almost popped out of her head on that last pitch. I think she thought that was ball 1. The 0-2. Chops this down the third base line. They'll tag third and get 1 out, but a run comes in on the fielder's choice for Maddie Tarrant. Coming around to score was Savannah Groshin. From third, Lauren Irvin is out, 5 unassisted. Alexis Oleo up to second. Tarrant on at first. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Elise Burgess. First offering to Burgess, bounces in the dirt and hits her. I guess that counts as a hit by pitch, not a dead ball in softball. So Burgess on at first, Taryn up to second. Oleo over to third. Base is loaded yet again for the Jaguars with one out, and the third baseman, Sadie Grosjean, steps to the plate. Curveball in there for a called strike, 0-1 the count. Sadie Grosjean, the freshman, batting .500 on the year with 5 home runs and 21 RBIs. So I misspoke earlier when I said Taylor Jacobs had the team lead in home runs. It's actually Sadie Grosjean at 5. This freshman has been remarkable how well she is playing. Batting .500. She's only behind her sister, Savannah Grosjean, in batting average for those that qualified for with the plate appearances on the season. 1-2 the count now to Sadie Grosjean. One out, bases full of Jaguars. Already 1 run in here in the bottom of the first. The 1-2. This one is hammered into right, and it will be caught, but tagging and coming in to score is Alexis Oleo on the sac fly. And Canyon View now leads 2-0. Maddie Tarrant stays at second, Elise Burgess at first, and with another run in and now 2 outs, the catcher Lexi Klein will step to the dish. Klein batting .222 on the season with 6 RBIs. She's got a big opportunity ahead of her here. First offering, it one hops in the dirt, allowing both runners to advance a base. That'll go down as a wild pitch. So Tarrant over to third on the wild pitch and Burgess up to second. 2 runners in scoring position for the Jaguars now as the 1-0. Upstairs, but a called strike. Klein thought about it. She laid off, but home plate umpire called it a strike. 1-1 now to the Jaguar catcher. This one in the dirt. Good stop by Michaela Price. 2-1 now to Lexi Klein. Michaela Price definitely has her work cut out for her this evening. She's had to stop a few pitches in the dirt early on in this ball game. The 2-1 in the dirt again. Good stop. 3-1 now to Lexi Klein. Kayla Bryant in the on-deck circle for the Jaguars. 2-0 our score here in the bottom of the first. Bases are full of Jaguars. The 3-1 upstairs and walked her. That'll load up the bases. That is the 4th walk issued here in the bottom of the first for the shortstop, Kayla Bryant. Kayla Bryant batting .267 on the season. Doesn't have an RBI yet. Has a big chance here. First offering is low and away, ball 1. Anise Romo in the on-deck circle for the Jaguars. And then we'd head back to the top of the order after Romo. The 1-0 to Bryant. This one hit in the air, and coming in to make the catch on the run is center fielder Daisy Lopez to retire the side. So Canyon View, just like Agua Fria, leaves the bases loaded, but they strike for 2 runs on no hits. There were no errors and 3 runners left on base. After an inning of play, it's Canyon View 2, Agua Fria nothing. We'll be back with the top of the second right after this on the Varsity Sports Show Network.
Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company with their customers' clothing styles in mind. Their goal is to clothe the world your way. High-end, comfortable clothing at affordable prices. Check out their custom-made hats, shirts, masks, and vintage gear. They outfit the Varsity Sports Show crew and sponsor the Stessa Movement Company Player of the Game Award. Find them at stessamovement.ecwid.com. Spelled S-T-E-S-A for style.
The Varsity Sports Show and the National Youth Football and Cheer Association proudly present NYFCA TV. Every Saturday morning at 10, the Varsity Sports Show's Vince DeLizio and NYFCA Commissioner Jason Hirsch bring you the best of Arizona youth football, including previews and highlights. Then at 10:30, catch the football game of the week with Arizona's top players up to age 14. Join Vince, Jason, and friends every Saturday morning from Mavericks in Scottsdale on NYFCA TV.
Top of the second inning here at Canyon View High School. And the first offering from right-hander Taylor Jacobs is across for a strike. 0-1 the count, to her counterpart, Dominique Espinoza. The 0-1 breaking ball missed outside to even the count at 1-1. It'll be 7-8-9 due up for the Owls here in the top of the second. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Jacobs firing the heat here in the second inning. Looks like a totally different Taylor Jacobs than what we saw in that top of the first. She's ready to work here. The 1-2 fastball upstairs. There's a lot of pop behind that arm. Just see the dust fly off of catcher Lexi Klein's mitt every time that ball hits her glove. The 2-2. Fastball in at the hands for a called strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts recorded now by Taylor Jacobs. That's now 3 on the evening. 1 up, 1 down for the left fielder, Aubrey Espinoza. After Espinoza, it'll be Deanna Williams, and if either reaches, we'll head back to the top of the order for Agua Fria. Fooled Espinoza with an inside fastball. She checked her swing, but probably should have went all the way around. 0-1 the count. Jacobs ready. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Not even close. I don't know what happened in between innings. I don't know if it was a long layoff or just watching her offense go to work, but this is a different Taylor Jacobs than what we saw in the top of the first, and it is impressive to see. A ball there as it wound up in the dirt. 1-2 now to Aubrey Espinoza. Jacobs ready in the circle. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back-to-back strikeouts recorded now. As the 4th strikeout on the evening for Taylor Jacobs. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Deanna Williams. Here's the first to Williams. Strike called, up and in. These Agua Fria hitters don't even know what's coming. It is night and day from last inning to this inning. From Taylor Jacobs, that fastball up and in, that'll even the count at 1-1. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the second inning, Canyon View leading Agua Fria 2-0. That pitch just missed a hair outside. 2-1 now to Deanna Williams. Taylor Jacobs will look to find her rhythm again. Here's the 2-1. Called strike. Good frame job by her catcher, Lexi Klein, to even the count at 2-2. Jacobs ready. Here's the 2-2. Chopped in front of the plate, and it goes foul. Catcher Lexi Klein tried to grab it in time to fire her out down at first, but ended up just trickling foul, so we'll do the 2-2 again. Wind's starting to pick up, get a little bit stronger. Definitely a chilly night here at Canyon View, and Taylor Jacobs really tried to fool her with the off-speed pitch that just missed outside. The 3-2. Fastball in at the hands, Frozer, and that is the fourth consecutive strikeout for Taylor Jacobs. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the second inning. 2-0. Canyon View leads Agua Fria. We'll be back right after this on the Varsity Sports Show Network.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind.
Vintage Motors specializes in custom builds, fabrication, engine swaps, routine maintenance, and service for all years, makes, and models, including diesels. From Ford Model A builds to tow truck repair and more, it's Vintage Motors. Give them a call today at 623-930-8494 or stop by 3015 East Main Street in Mesa, just east of Lindsay, and tell them the Varsity Sports Show sent you.
We head to the bottom of the second inning here at Canyon View High School. Derek Diesner back with you. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Jaguars here in the bottom of the second inning. Anise Romo to lead things off, and then back to the top of the order with Savannah Groshen returning to the circle for her second inning of work. Inside the circle for the Agua Fria Owls is Dominique Espinoza. Coming into tonight, the junior Anise Romo batting .406 on the season with 3 driven in. Pretty nice stats to have out of your number 9 hitter as Romo squared a bunt and sends this one foul, 0-1 the count. 2-0 our score, and when these two teams met at Agua Fria back on Friday, a similar start to the game as Canyon View had jumped on Agua Fria in that game, 2-0. They played a scoreless second, a scoreless third, and then Canyon View opened up the scoring with a big showing in the fourth, striking for 12 runs. The 0-1 to Romo in the dirt, 1-1 the count. Again, this is our final regular season broadcast at Canyon View Athletics this spring. We'll see if we're able to bring you some postseason action for the Jaguar softball and baseball teams. So stay tuned to the Varsity Sports Show on Twitter, as we'll have constant updates on there for you. Foul ball sharply hit down that third baseline. 1-2 now to Anise Romo. Also a reminder to tune in this Saturday morning to the Varsity Sports Show that airs from 9 to 10 a.m. on AM 1060 KDUS. We'll have the Jag Nation Report. Should air around 9:45 in the morning, and we'll feature this softball team. And at the end of tonight's game, we'll ask you to vote for our Stessa Movement Player of the Game by voting with player names in the comments section of the broadcast here tonight, and then we'll pick one player to be our Stessa Movement Player of the Game, and they will be featured on the show with us this Saturday morning along with head coach John Jacobs. So mark your calendars for that. 2-2 the count now with nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Anise Romo at the plate. Here's the 2-2. Upstairs, 3-2 now. Espinoza walked the first 3 batters she faced from Canyon View tonight, and then hit one and walked one a little bit later in that first inning. So she's been a little wild with 4 walks and a hit batter already. 3-2. This one hammered deep toward left, and this will land at the base of the wall over the head of Aubrey Espinoza, and racing into second with a stand-up double is Anise Romo. Leadoff man on for Canyon View. And we'll head back to the top of the order with Savannah Groshen. Groshen walked in the first, stole second, and would later come around to score on a fielder's choice by Maddie Tarrant. Espinoza ready in the circle. First to Groshen. Ball upstairs, 1-0 the count. The 1-0 in the dirt. That's going to get away. And scampering down the third is Anise Romo on the wild pitch. Canyon View leads 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. They have a runner at third, nobody out, and a 2-0 count to Savannah Groshen. The 2-0 outside. Throw down the third, gets away. And coming around to score on the E2 is Anise Romo. And Canyon View now leads 3-0. Again, Canyon View defeated this Agua Fria team 15-0 on Friday at Agua Fria. Looking to do the same here this evening. 3-0, Canyon View leads. 3-0 is also the count to Savannah Groshen with no outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the second. The 3-0 low and away, and Groshen draws the first walk, I should say, of this inning. That is now the fifth walk issued by right-hander Dominique Espinoza. Lauren Irvin steps to the plate. Irvin walked in her first plate appearance and was later out on a fielder's choice at third. First offering to Irvin. Oh! We are going to have time on the field as it was a ball on the pitch, and catcher Michaela Price tried throwing down the second as the base runner took off, and Price's throw down the second was a line drive that went square off of the head of Dominique Espinoza, and she is being attended to inside of the circle. We are going to take a break. We'll be back. You're tuned in to Canyon View Softball on the Varsity Sports Show Network.
At Angel Dentistry, our focus is to provide the highest quality and comprehensive family and cosmetic dentistry care. From checkups and cleanings to advanced issues like gum disease and implants, Angel Dentistry will provide an array of dental services to meet all of your family's needs. With extensive experience in using the latest dental techniques and state-of-the-art technology, visit us online at angeldentistry.net for more information or call to schedule your appointment today.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company with their customers' clothing styles in mind. Their goal is to clothe the world your way. High-end, comfortable clothing at affordable prices. Check out their custom-made hats, shirts, masks, and vintage gear. They outfit the Varsity Sports Show crew and sponsor the Stessa Movement Company Player of the Game Award. Find them at stessamovement.ecwid.com, spelled S-T-E-S-A for style.
The Varsity Sports Show and the National Youth Football and Cheer Association proudly present NYFCA TV. Every Saturday morning at 10, the Varsity Sports Show's Vince DeLizio and NYFCA Commissioner Jason Hirsch bring you the best of Arizona youth football, including previews and highlights. Then at 10:30, catch the football game of the week with Arizona's top players up to age 14. Join Vince, Jason, and friends every Saturday morning from Mavericks in Scottsdale on NYFCA TV.
So a crisis was averted, and a scary situation is a little bit less scary now, as right-hander Dominique Espinoza was able to leave the field. She is now sitting out here with her family in the stands with ice on her head, and she seems to be all right, so we are very happy for that. But she has been pulled from this game, obviously, and a new pitcher into the ball game for the Agua Fria Owls. Daisy Lopez comes in from center field to the circle, and she will be the new pitcher now for the Owls. Coming into this game and going out to center field to replace Daisy Lopez is number 12, Sophia Soto. So here in the bottom of the second, we had a double by Anise Romo and a walk to Savannah Groshin. We have runners at first and second with Lauren Irvin at the plate. Oh, excuse me. No, Savannah Groshin is up at second after she stole that base. Anise Romo has already come across to score, so a runner up at second for Lauren Irvin, who walked in her first plate appearance. The 1-1 Irvin. Breaking ball upstairs for ball 2. 2-1 now to the Jaguar center fielder. Taylor Jacobs in the on-deck circle for Canyon View. The 2-1. Irvin hits this one foul down the third base line. Right behind head coach John Jacobs. He didn't even flinch. And that'll even the count at 2-2 to Lauren Irvin. Irvin ready in the box. The 2-2 in the dirt. Groshin was jumping around up at second, thinking about going to third. She will hold her position. 3-0 our score here in the bottom of the second. Nobody out. And here's the payoff pitch to Lauren Irvin. Ball upstairs. And Irvin draws the second walk of the inning. Runners at first and second now for the pitcher, Taylor Jacobs, who's 0 for 0. She walked and scored in the first. First offering to Jacobs, a called strike. Oh, and won the count. They'll throw up to second. Back in time is Savannah Groshen. The 0-1. Low and away, 1-1 now. Jacobs coming into this ball game batting .463 on the year with 4 homers and 26 driven in. The 1-1 in the dirt, able to keep it in front of her is Michaela Price. 2-1 now to Taylor Jacobs. Runner at first is Lauren Irvin. Runner up at second, Savannah Groshen. The 2-1. Low and in the dirt. Catcher's not even going to get to it. And the runners are each going to take a base on the wild pitch. 2 runners in scoring position now for Canyon View and a 3-1 count to Taylor Jacobs. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Walked her. So the bases have been walked, loaded. Jacobs on at first, Irvin at second, Groshen over at third. And that'll bring up left fielder Maddie Tarrant, who reached on a fielder's choice and drove in Savannah Groshen to get this game, the scoring started, I should say, in the first inning. First offering to Maddie Tarrant. Ball upstairs. Quick throw down to third. Back in time is Savannah Groshen. The 1-0. This one hit high in the air. Shallow center. It'll be caught. Runners will tag. Coming in to score on the sac fly is Savannah Groshen. So Groshen comes in to score from third. Irvin advances from second to third. Taylor Jacobs holds at first. And with 1 out, runners at the corner, Elise Burgess comes to the plate. First offering's in the dirt. Jacobs will steal second. 2 runners in scoring position for Canyon View, 1-0 the count.
Yeah, I just saw that. Weird.
So with that final run coming across for Canyon View with Savannah Groshen, that will close the book on starter Dominique Espinoza. She went 1 inning plus. She allowed 4 runs, all earned on 1 hit. She walked 5, struck out none, and also hit a batter. The 2-0 inside, and it's quickly 3-0 now to Elise Burgess. 2 runs in already here in the bottom of the second. 4-0 our score. The 3-0. Called strike, just dropped in that curveball. 3-1 now to Burgess. Jacobs up at second, Irvin over at third. And Elise Burgess at the plate. She was hit by a pitch in the first, advanced to second on a wild pitch and was stranded there. The 3-1, swing and a miss. That'll run the count full with 1 out. Right-hander Daisy Lopez in the circle for Agua Fria following the injury earlier this half inning to starter Dominique Espinoza. The 3-2 inside Wachter. Burgess on at first. Jacobs up at second. Irvin at third. For the third baseman, Sadie Groshen. Groshen's 0 for 1. She has an RBI. She flew out to right field, scoring Alexis Oleo, who is courtesy running for Taylor Jacobs back in the first inning. And she'll take a hit by pitch. She'll wear that one proudly and drives in a run. Her second RBI of the ball game. Coming in to score is Lauren Irvin from third. Jacobs will move over to third. Burgess up to second. Base is still full for Canyon View with one out here in the bottom of the second. And catcher Lexi Klein steps to the plate. Klein walked last inning for the Jaguars. She swings at the first pitch she sees. Hits it right in the left, right off of the left fielder's mitt. She just misplayed that ball. That'll score a pair of runs. And I think you got to give that an E7. She should have had that. Jacob scores. Burgess scores. Groshen gets to third. And Klein is on up at second with one out. And Kayla Bryant will come in to hit. Bryant is 0 for 1. She flew out to center to end the first inning. Seven 0 our score. Canyon View here in the bottom of the second. First offering to Bryant called strike on the hands. 0-1. Throw down the third back in time is Sadie Groshen. The 0-1 hit on the ground, glove by a third baseman. Throw over in time. And coming around to score on the RBI ground out. So Groshen scores the 6th run of the inning for Canyon View. Advancing the third on that ground out is Lexi Klein, and Anise Romo will step back into the plate. Romo led this inning off with a double. She advanced to third on a wild pitch and scored on an error. She swings at the first pitch, bloops it right to the shortstop, and that will retire the side. But 6 runs come across. Canyon View leads 8-0. We'll head to the top of the third right after this on the Varsity Sports Show Network.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbeterathletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind.
Vintage Motors specializes in custom builds, fabrication, engine swaps, routine maintenance, and service for all years, makes, and models, including diesels. From Ford Model A builds to tow truck repair and more, it's Vintage Motors. Give them a call today at 623-930-8494 or stop by 3015 East Main Street in Mesa, just east of Lindsay, and tell them the Varsity Sports Show sent you.
We head to the top of the third inning here at Canyon View High School. It's all Jaguars as they have opened up this game and now lead 8-0 over the Agua Fria Owls. Derek Diesner back with you. And I was updating my scorebook in between innings, and if I'm scoring this correctly, and I believe I am, the Canyon View Jaguars have 8 runs on 1 hit in this ball game. There have been 2 errors made by Agua Fria to this point, and they have hit 2 batters and walked a couple handfuls. It is impressive what the Jaguars are doing. They will face the top 3 in the Agua Fria order here in the top of the third. Daisy Lopez, the pitcher now, will lead things off. She is 0 for 1. Struck out looking back in the first. It'll be Lopez, Kiera Blythe, and Jasmine Lopez for the Owls. The 1-0 is hit in the air to right, going back on it and making the catch just shy of the warning track is Anise Romo for the first out of the inning. 1 up, 1 down, and that'll bring up second baseman Kiera Blythe. Blythe is 0 for 0. She walked in the first, got up to second on a single by Jasmine Lopez, advanced to third on a wild pitch and was stranded there. Let's not forget this Owl team had the bases loaded in the first inning, but were unable to get anybody around to score. They were then sat down 1-2-3 in the second. And actually, heading into that last batter, Daisy Lopez, right-hander Taylor Jacobs had struck out the last 4 batters she faced. So Lopez actually able to make some contact on the fly out to right. The 0-2 outside, 1-2 now to Kiera Blythe with Jasmine Lopez in the on-deck circle. Jacobs ready, the 1-2. Just missed outside. That'll even the count at 2-2. Well, looking at the Canyon View schedule after tonight, Canyon View will travel to Sunny Slope tomorrow. This count is now full. Then they'll play Fairfax the night after that. So game after game after game. Actually play 4 straight nights. After tonight, they have at Sunny Slope, home to Fairfax, home to Kellis. And then next week, they will host Arcadia before closing out the season on May 5th at Boulder Creek. Two outs now, and nobody on here in the top of the third for third baseman Jasmine Lopez. Lopez singled in the first, reached second on a wild pitch, and was stranded there. Ball in the dirt. That'll even the count at 1-1. 8-0 Jaguars here in the top of the third. A 1-1. Change up. Catching the outside corner. 1-2 the count now. The 1-2. Low and away. Jacobs looking for her 7th strikeout of the evening. The 2-2. Got her. And she is retired. So for the second straight inning, Agua Fria goes down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the third. 8-0. Jaguars lead the Owls. We'll be back right after this on the Varsity Sports Show Network.
At Angel Dentistry, our focus is to provide the highest quality and comprehensive family and cosmetic dentistry care. From checkups and cleanings to advanced issues like gum disease and implants, Angel Dentistry will provide an array of dental services to meet all of your family's needs. With extensive experience in using the latest dental techniques and state-of-the-art technology, visit us online at angeldentistry.net for more information or call to schedule your appointment today.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vetsbuilt Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vetsbuilt is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vetsbuilt at 480-584-3675.
We head to the bottom of the third inning here at Canyon View High School. Derek Diesner back with you. It will be the top of the order due up for the Jags here in the bottom of the third with Savannah Groshen, Lauren Irvin, and Taylor Jacobs to lead things off. On for her second inning of relief is right-hander Daisy Lopez. And it sounds like we'll actually have some substitutions for the Jaguars. So start to clear the bench. So Savannah Groshen will be lifted. And I believe it's Ruby Laws Albino. First offering is a ball upstairs. Still haven't seen what the number is, but I believe that's who it is. So Albino digs in, the 1-0 hit on the ground. Diving shortstop picks it, but the throw over not in time. It actually goes underneath the mid of the first baseman, and she'll be able to advance up to second. So a leadoff single advances up to second on the E6. Throwing error by shortstop Alice Blythe. And that'll bring up another pinch hitter, so Lauren Irvin's day is done. Irvin had a pair of walks and scored a run today. She'll be pinch hit for by Alexis Oleo. 1-0 the count to Oleo. Taylor Jacobs is due up next, and she still is in the batter's box, so she will stay in this ball game. The 1-0. Low and away. 2-0 now the count. That was just the second hit of the ball game for the Jaguars. A 2-0. Aleo stays away from that one and goes ahead at 3-0. Lopez ready, the 3-0 in the dirt, and she walked her on 4 straight. So Leo's at first. Law Albino up at second. And this will bring up the pitcher, Taylor Jacobs. Jacobs has a pair of walks, a stolen base, and 2 runs scored here this evening. The first to Jacobs, 1 hops in the dirt, and the runners will each advance a base on the wild pitch. I always forget what the run rule is in softball. It's either 8 after 5 or 10 after 5. But right now, Canyon View is playing to try to keep it, get that run rule victory and get this thing over with sooner rather than later. Like to think they want to keep Taylor Jacobs in the circle as well, not to use up any other arms. The 2-0 to Jacobs, breaking ball across for a called strike, 2-1 the count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third, 8-0. Canyon View leads Agua Fria. Don't forget, fans, to start to get your votes in for our Stessa Movement Player of the Game. You can add your votes. Just type in the name in our comments section. We'll tally the votes maybe in the 5th inning here this evening, and whoever is our Stessa Movement Player of the Game will be featured on the Varsity Sports Show later this week on Saturday morning during the Jag Nation Report at 9:45 a.m. Jacobs gets a piece of that. 3-2 the count. No outs. Runners at second and third for the Jaguars. They lead 8-0 over the Agua Fria Owls here this evening. The 3-2. This one hit in the air but caught by the shortstop as it'll stay in the infield. And Jacobs is retired for the first time this evening. 1 out now here in the bottom of the third, and I'll bring up the left fielder, Maddie Tarrant. Tarrant drove in a run in the first on a fielder's choice. She drove in another run in the second on a flyout to center. Tarrant looking to add to her RBI totals with a pair of runners in scoring position. They have Alexis Oleo up at second, and Ruby Law Albino down at third. The first to Tarrant. She hits this one hard to left center. It'll land at the base of the wall. This'll plate 2, and standing up at second with a 2 RBI double is Maddie Tarrant. And Canyon View now leads this one 10-0. They defeated Agua Fria on Friday 15-0. They lead 10-0 here in the bottom of the third with 1 out. First baseman Elise Burgess will step to the plate. She was hit by a pitch in the first, walked in the second, and she scored once this evening. First offering is low and in the dirt for ball 1. All the Jaguars need now is 6 defensive outs, and this one's over. The 1-0 inside for a called strike. 1-1 now to Elise Burgess. I take that back. It's actually a pinch hitter. Get you the name on that pinch hitter. It is Mariana Garcia. So Mariana Garcia pinch hitting for Elise Burgess here in the third. This is an added perk for head coach John Jacobs in a game like this to kind of clear your bench and get some of your reserves some playing time, especially this late in the season. You want to make sure everybody is fresh and ready to go come postseason time. So these at-bats are very valuable for these reserve players. 3-1 the count now to Garcia. And it hits her. Runners at first and second with 1 out, and the third baseman, Sadie Groshen, will step to the plate. Grosjean had a sac fly to right in the first and was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the second, which plated a run. She rips the first pitch she sees foul right in front of the Jaguar softball, or right in front of the Jaguar dugout down the third base line. I was reading the padding in front of their dugout that says Jag softball. 0-1 the count to Sadie Grosjean. 10-0 Jaguars here in the bottom of the third with 1 out. The 0-1 from Daisy Lopez. Here it is. Up and in. That'll even the count at 1-1. The 1-1 in the dirt. This will get away from the catcher. And she really couldn't find it. That's going to plate another run. 11-0. So a wild pitch and then a pass ball allows each base runner to advance 2 bases. And Maddie Terrence scores 11-0. Mariana Garcia now down at third. A 2-1 count to Sadie Grosjean. Here in the bottom of the third inning. A 2-1 from Daisy Lopez. Here it is. In the dirt, and it hits her. That's an interesting rule in softball. I learned something new tonight. So the ball can bounce in the dirt and then hit you, and it still counts as a hit by pitch. In baseball, it's a dead ball, not in softball. So Grosjean is on at first. Mariana Garcia over at third. And that'll bring up the catcher, Lexi Klein. And now head coach Javier Cabrera having some words with his catcher, Michaela Price. I don't know if she was getting the wrong signs or if he's just on her for all the pass balls and the issues she's having behind the dish. Runners at the corners. Already 3 runs in here in the third. First offering to Lexi Klein in the dirt. 4-1. The 1-0 in the dirt. This Canyon View team trying to top their performance from Friday night when they defeated Agua Fria 15-0. They're well on their way here this evening. 2-0 breaking ball drops in for a called strike, 2-1. Wind is picking up, and it's a cool night. A little different than the conditions we've been used to. It's got to be different for these players, too. You start to approach that summer weather, and you have a cool night like this. A fly out, and it's dropped by the center fielder. That's going to go down as an E8. That'll plate another run. Klein is on at first on the E8. Grosjean up to second. Runners at first and second for Kayla Bryant. Only 1 out here in the third. It is now 12-0. Bryant rips this one, foul down the third baseline. Is there such a rule as 15 runs after 3 innings? Is that a run rule? Or is it only 10 after 5? The 0-1. Hit on the ground, past the third baseman and shortstop. This will get in the outfield. It's bobbled by the left fielder, and it's going to roll. That'll play to run. So Grosjean scores. Klein gets all the way to third on the E7. Caleb Bryant's going to get an RBI single. Advance to second on the E7. And that'll bring up Anise Romo. Romo batted twice last inning. 13-0 Jaguars lead. Ball in the dirt. Oh, it hits her. It bounced and it hit her. So another hit by pitch, and that will load the bases. You know what's impressive is, again, looking at the stat book, I think the Jaguars only have 3 hits so far. And they have 13 runs. It's quite remarkable. The 1-0. Ball in the dirt. Ruby Law Albino at the plate. She singled to begin this inning. Reached second on an error, reached third on a wild pitch, and later came around to score. There's a wild pitch in the dirt, but nobody moves. 3-0 the count. The 3-0. Hit on the ground is short. It's booted. Everybody's safe. E6. Second error this inning by Alyssa Blythe. So Bryant's over at third. Albino at first. Romo up at second.
Better not be my car.
Could be mine. Nope, it stopped. 14-0, 1 out, bottom of the third. Ball again gets away from Michaela Price, but all runners hold. Can you see what car it is?
I can't see.
I'm worried it's mine. I'm just going to put my keys right here. Don't want to add to the noise out here. The 2-0. Low and away, 3-0. Wind really blowing, as you can see the dust moving throughout the infield. The 3-0. Called strike. 3-1 now to Alexis Oleo. She relieved Lauren Irvin at the top half of this inning. She walked and would later come around to score. 3-1 the count now to Alexis Oleo. Here it is. Blown away, and she walked her. It is now 15-0. So we have now evened the score from the last time these two teams met. Same thing, 15-0. going to have a meeting at the circle as the Owls want to talk this over. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 15-0 our score. It's been all Canyon View tonight. Now at this point, it's just getting out of this game safely and getting the final outs to wrap this one up. We still have to finish off this 3rd, play an entire 4th, and then the Owls will come to bat in the top half of the 5th inning. But it has been all Canyon View to this point as Taylor Jacobs comes to play. Jacobs is 0 for 1. She's popped out and walked twice. She's also stole a base and scored twice. And she's been pretty dominant inside of the circle. Struggled out the gates. The base is loaded in the 1st inning, but settled in from there and has been untouchable since. She's ahead in the count at 1-0. The Jaguars have batted around and more here in this bottom of the 3rd inning. The 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0. So this is the 12th batter to come to the plate this half inning for the Jaguars. The 2-0 in the dirt. The 3-0 fouled out of play. 3-1 now to Taylor Jacobs. Got to give it to this Owls team coming into tonight 0-11 overall. And they've had some rough ones this year. 15-0 just the other night. They lost to this Jaguar team. Game before that, they lost to Lake Havasu 35-2, and yet this team continues to show up and give it their all. And you can't say enough about that and the heart that this team shows. 3rd walk of the evening for Taylor Jacobs. She brings in a run. Nice Romo comes around to score. Ruby Law Albino up to 3rd. Alexis Aleo up to 2nd. Jacobs on at 1st, and Jacobs now will be courtesy run for by number 77, I believe, was who came in. Check my roster. That is Brooke Kaler. Kaler on at 1st. Bags are full for Canyon View. Only 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Maddie Tarrant steps to the plate. First offering to Terrence in the dirt for ball 1. Tarrant reached on a fielder's choice and drove in a run in the 1st. Had a sac fly, RBI in the 2nd. And earlier this inning had a 2 RBI double and scored a run. The 1-0 ripped foul down the 3rd baseline. That'll even the count at 1-1. The 1-1 in the dirt. 2-1 now to Tarrant. What's really impressive about this Jaguar team is how patient they've been at the plate here this evening. They've scored these runs on just a handful of hits, and it just shows their plate discipline and how they're willing to take a walk or a hit by pitch. And I am really excited, as I'm sure you all are at home and the fans here too at the game tonight, just to see what this team is able to accomplish come postseason time, because they look like they've put all the pieces of the puzzle together, and it will be a fun finish to the season and one to watch, that's for sure. And we hope to be a little part of that and hope to be able to have the privilege to bring it to you. We will know for sure here shortly. And I don't know what just happened, but the runner from first base, she called herself out, I think. Because there's now 2 outs on the scoreboard, and Maddie Tarrant just walked to load the bases. I've never seen that before.
Intentional out?
I guess it would be an intentional out. Ball in the dirt. 1-0 the count now to Mariana Garcia, who was hit by a pitch in this inning. Advanced to second on a wild pitch, third on a pass ball, and scored on an E8. Ball in the dirt, 2-0. It is 16-0, correct? All right. They're showing 15-0 on the scoreboard. I think the scoreboard operator may have fallen asleep. A lot of runs have come around to score in this inning. And they just called it out. I don't know what's happening. These are different rules that I've never been a part of, and I apologize to those of you at home that probably know more than I do about softball, but they call her out, and that does it. Maybe there was a time limit. I don't know. But in that third inning, 8 runs come around to score. And Canview leads it by a score of 16-0. We will be back with the top of the 4th right after this on the Varsity Sports Show Network.
Anna and Keith started Stessa Movement Company with their customers' clothing styles in mind. Their goal is to clothe the world your way. High-end, comfortable clothing at affordable prices. Check out their custom-made hats, shirts, masks, and vintage gear. They outfit the Varsity Sports Show crew and sponsor the Stessa Movement Company Player of the Game Award. Find them at stessamovement.ecwid.com. Spelled S-T-E-S-A for style.
The Varsity Sports Show and the National Youth Football and Cheer Association proudly present NYFCA TV. Every Saturday morning at 10, the Varsity Sports Show's Vince DeLizio and NYFCA Commissioner Jason Hirsch bring you the best of Arizona youth football, including previews and highlights. Then at 10:30, catch the football game of the week with Arizona's top players up to age 14. Join Vince, Jason, and friends every Saturday morning from Mavericks in Scottsdale on NYFCA TV.
We head to the top of the 4th inning, and Taylor Jacobs' day is done. And a lot of fresh faces out on the field for Canyon View, so we will do our best to tell you who's who. First pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1 the count. Agua Fria, I don't think has had a base runner since the 1st inning. And I take that back because they've got one now. Alyssa Blythe is on with a leadoff single. That she is the first base runner since Michaela Price back in the 1st inning, and Price will now step to the plate. She walked back in the 1st and was stranded at first. Wind has really picked up, as you could see the wind blowing across the diamond. Brooke Kaler inside the circle for the Jags, and her first offering is a fastball upstairs for a ball, 1-0 the count. 16-0 our score here in the top of the fourth. Number 1 Jaguars dominating the Agua Fria Owls here this evening. 1-1, fastball fired in for a called strike. 1-2 the count now. The 1-2 called strike, and that will, I thought that will retire Price, but Price is still in the batter's box, so I guess the scoreboard was off by a pitch. 1-2 the count now to Michaela Price. This one fouled over our head, and it just ricocheted off the side of a car. All is okay, though.
Not my car. Mine's right there. No, mine's right there. Definitely not mine.
This ball gets away from the catcher, still rolling around, and this will allow Alyssa Blythe to advance in the scoring position. She gets up to second on the pass ball. 2-2 the count. Two and two the count. No outs. Runner up at second. 16-0 our score here in the top of the fourth inning. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Price is retired for the first time this evening. That'll bring up the first baseman, Mia Razzo. No, it will not. We will have a pinch hitter for Agua Fria. I believe that means they only have one person left on their bench. A foul ball and a great grab by the coach out the first base coach's box. 0-1 the count. So the batter is number 15. That is Jacqueline E. Lopez. She grounds out to the pitcher and is retired 1-3, advancing to third, almost thrown out, is Alyssa Blythe. So Agua Fria has one batter left on their bench. And Sophia Soto should be at the plate now. Soto's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. She was caught looking. She swings and misses for strike one. Agua Fria is yet to score a run on Canyon View this season. They had their second opportunity of the evening here with a runner at third. But it's quickly 0-2 to Sophia Soto. The 0-2 breaking ball caught her looking. A beautiful pitch. No runs, one hit. No errors. One runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the fourth. 16-0. Canyon View leads it. We'll be back right after this on the Varsity Sports Show Network.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports, but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind.
Vintage Motors specializes in custom builds, fabrication, engine swaps, routine maintenance, and service for all years, makes, and models, including diesels. From Ford Model A builds to tow truck repair and more, it's Vintage Motors. Give them a call today at 623-930-8494 or stop by 3015 East Main Street in Mesa, just east of Lindsay, and tell them the Varsity Sports Show sent you.
We head to the bottom of the fourth inning here at Canyon View High School. It's been all Jags this evening, 16-0. Your number one ranked Canyon View Jaguars lead the Agua Fria Owls. Derek Diesner back with you. And here in the bottom of the fourth, it'll be 6-7-8 due up for the Jags. Should be Sadie Groshin to lead things off, but the Jaguars have gone to their bench so many times this evening. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of substitutions here in the bottom of the fourth. Remaining in the circle for Agua Fria is Daisy Lopez. Looks like there's a new catcher for Agua Fria. Michaela Price really had her struggles behind the plate, and I think looks like Aubrey Espinoza is now back there. Which means we have a new left fielder. I'll take a guess and say maybe that's Michaela Price, but they may have brought somebody else in. First pitch is in the dirt for a ball. 1-0 the count. It's Mariana Garcia. Okay, so Garcia was at the plate last inning when they just randomly ended the inning. So I guess she didn't call herself out. Maybe they called one of the base runners out. I don't know how that one worked. Don't look at my scorebook. It's not pretty. Garcia swings and misses. 1-2 the count. No outs, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the fourth. 16-0 Jaguars. The 1-2. It's in the dirt for a ball. I was just about to say, I think the scoreboard person gave up, but now they've just quickly added the balls and strikes. 2-2 the count. Garcia ready in the box. Here's the 2-2 in the dirt. And it's now a full count as Daisy Lopez gets ready to fire in the payoff pitch here. 3-2. Got her looking. So 1 out, and that will bring up a pinch hitter. This was Sadie Groshin's spot. She will be pinch hit for by, see the number. I think this might be J.C. Fink. It is, and Fink puts it over the head of the shortstop, and she is on with a single. So Fink is on with a 1-out single here in the bottom of the fourth. And this should bring up the catcher, Lexi Klein. Let's see. I believe this is still Lexi. Klein pops this one. This will just get out of the infield. It's dropped by a second baseman. I think they're probably going to rule that one a base hit. Fink will move up to second. Klein is on at first. And that brings up shortstop Caleb Bryant. Bryant is 1 for 3 with a single, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. First pitch to Bryant, gets to the backstop, 4-1. Looking ahead to the top of the 5th, it'll be 8, 9, and 1 due up for Agua Fria. The 1-0. Hit on the ground is short. This could be 2. They'll get the lead runner. Bryant's on with the fielder's choice. Fink is retired 6-5. Moving up to second is Lexi Klein. I'll bring up right fielder Anise Romo. Romo is doubled, was hit by a pitch and popped out. She's also scored twice. Fans, don't forget, in that comment section, vote for our Stessa Movement Player of the Game. Choose who you would like to see as our Stessa Movement Player of the Game, and that player will be featured along with head coach John Jacobs this week on the Jag Nation Report. That'll air during the Varsity Sports Show between 9 and 10 a.m. on Saturday morning on 1060 a.m. KDUS. The 0-1 to Anise Romo in the dirt. That'll even the count at 1-1. It's been a good team effort tonight. I mean, even though it's been a blowout win for the Jaguars, you have been able to get contributions from everyone on this team, and that's what's great. Ground ball, easy flip over to second, and that will retire the side. We've completed 4, 16-0 our score. We'll be back at the top of the 5th right after this.
At Angel Dentistry, our focus is to provide the highest quality and comprehensive family and cosmetic dentistry care. From checkups and cleanings to advanced issues like gum disease and implants, Angel Dentistry will provide an array of dental services to meet all of your family's needs. With extensive experience in using the latest dental techniques and state-of-the-art technology, visit us online at angeldentistry.net for more information or call to schedule your appointment today.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
We head to the top of the 5th inning. It's been all Jaguars here this evening. They lead the Agua Fria Owls by a score of 16-0. Derek Diesner back with you as your Canyon View Jaguars look to pick up their 13th win of the season. A reminder, this is our final regular season game with you. We hope to be with you for postseason play, both for Jaguar softball and hopefully Jaguar baseball as well. And we ask that you stay tuned, as we'll have news on that in the coming week. So stay tuned to the Varsity Sports Show Twitter account, and hopefully we'll have some good news for you on that front here shortly. But if this is indeed the final game, we're with you. We'd just like to say thank you to Jaguar Nation for welcoming us to your home and treating us like one of your own this season. We started in the winter with Jaguar boys and girls basketball, and we've been able to continue on here in the spring with baseball and softball. And we look forward to coming back this fall and starting with Jaguar football and then getting things going again next season as well with calling more basketball games and baseball and softball again next spring. We love being the flagship home to Canyon View Athletics, and we hope this is a long partnership that will last for a long, long time. And again, thank you to Jaguar Nation for welcoming us in as part of your own this season. We at the Varsity Sports Show really appreciate it and look forward to a long-lasting relationship with you. A reminder, too, to get your votes in now for the Stessa Movement Player of the Game, as there are 3 outs left in this ball game. Jaguars lead 16-0, and it has been all Canyon View tonight as the Jaguars prepare for postseason play. A little over a week left in the regular season, and there still will be a few home games, so if you are in the area, be sure to come on out for a game. Crazy play there after a leadoff walk to Aubrey Espinoza. Deanna Williams popped out, but the ball was dropped by a second baseman. The throw overshot the second baseman. They finally threw out Espinoza 5-3, or 5-4, excuse me, on the put out. And Williams is safe at first. I guess with a single. I don't think there was an error there. Lopez rips this one in the left, and she is on with a hit. So runners at first and second with 1 out for the Owls here in the top of the 5th, and that'll bring up Kiera Blythe. Blythe is 0 for 1. She walked in the first, struck out swinging in the third. First offering is low. Called strike, 0-1 the count. And while we're giving out thank yous, want to thank all the fantastic Canyon View students that have helped us throughout this year, both during basketball season and now during baseball and softball. We've had some fantastic students on our cameras, and we thank them for all of their hard work this season. And the biggest thank you has to go to our producer, Justice Miranda. Without him, we wouldn't be on the air with you. He's able to run and direct this whole thing, and he does a fantastic job. And a big thank you to Justice. And a big thank you, too, because if you'll notice that center field camera, which you just saw, that's thanks in large part to Justice Miranda. We got the idea from one of the coaches, but Justice ran with it, and it's been a phenomenal idea, and it's looked great, both at baseball and now at softball, and we are very thankful for it, and looking forward to seeing what Justice has up his sleeve come football season, but you'll have to tune in for that. Blythe is retired via strikeout, and that'll bring up Jasmine Lopez. Lopez is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. First offering is a breaking ball across for a called strike, 0-1 the count. Fans, you got 1 out left to get your Stessa Movement Player of the Game nominees in. We'll tally up the votes and announce our Player of the Game after the final out is recorded. One and 1 the count. The 1-1. Ball upstairs, 2-1. Want to give a shout out to our Agua Fria fan, Cheddar Style, who's tuned in tonight. We're glad you've enjoyed the commentary and our video of tonight's game, and we hope you'll tune in more often. We understand you're a fan of the opposition, but There's always room on the Canyon View bandwagon. 2-1, the count now to Jasmine Lopez.
Mine was a little lower to the right, so I'm good.
2-1. Checked her swing. Did she go? She did. They're actually going to call that strike 3. I guess the scoreboard was off by a pitch, but that will do it. Final score here tonight, the Jaguars win it 16-0 with the loss. Agua Fria falls to 0-12 overall, 0-8 in divisional play, and the number 1 ranked Canyon View Jaguars improve to 13-1 overall, a perfect 8-0 in division play. And I believe yet again our Stessa Movement player of the game has to go to pitcher Taylor Jacobs. Jacobs went 3 strong innings in the circle and pitched another phenomenal game here this evening. And at the plate, she was able to draw a pair of walks, stole a base, and scored 2 runs. Another great job all around by Taylor Jacobs. That'll do it for us. Again, final score here at Canyon View High School. The Jaguars knock off the Agua Fria Owls by a final of 16-0. For my producer, Justice Miranda, I'm Derek Diesner saying so long. You've been tuned in to Canyon View Softball on the Varsity Sports Show Network. Good night, everyone.